Hi, Jen.
Hey, Jen.
Welcome.
Thank
You
you
are
very much.
on number 2 of Have a Sandwich with Coco. So we're going to ask you some ridiculous and irreverent questions tonight that have not a lot to do with anything. But you're with my twin this evening. He is going to be just as ridiculous. So welcome.
Thanks for having
So
me.
thank you. So let's kick it off with, how did you get into crypto?
Okay, that's a little bit of a long story, but
Mhm.
I think in 2014 or 2015, we discovered Bitcoin, my brother and I, my brother Nick, and because we were following macroeconomics. But because we're not from a technical background, we didn't understand how to get into Bitcoin. So we waited a few years, I think 2 years, and in 2016, 2017, we tried it again because we believed in the promise of Bitcoin, and we thought this will be the new part of the new financial system. So in that way, we discovered all kinds of things in Web3, Bitcoin, of course, but also other cryptos and other NFT projects, metaverse projects, and we couldn't escape out of it. We were stuck in Web3.
I love that. What has been some of your greatest mistakes that you've made, or your
Oh, yeah.
like laugh at the situation?
Okay, well, this is a really funny and crazy story looking back. But when I just first started, I bought some Bitcoin, and then I started to look at other altcoins, but I didn't understand the altcoins. So I just looked at the logos, and then if I liked the logos, I bought some altcoins.
That sounds like Sid.
Yeah, the worst advice ever. So people don't look at logos, but I did, and sometimes it made some money, but of course you lost more than you gained, and it was really crazy because I didn't know what it was and what it stood for. So don't buy crypto because of their logos. Yeah,
You hear that, Sid?
Yeah,
Some
well,
future
I'm still gonna look at the logos. I'm gonna buy it.
lesson not learned. Tick.
Yeah. But
Oh,
I think one more mistake which you're not recognizing is like when you discovered crypto in 2014, you should have bought Bitcoin at that
oh
time.
yeah, oh yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's your biggest mistake. You
yeah.
shouldn't
Yeah.
have waited 2 more years.
Yeah, that was crazy, and there were a lot of other mistakes, of course. In my first Bitcoin bull run or crypto bull run, I had some good altcoins as well, and they skyrocketed. But of course, just like any noob, I was making the same mistakes. So I thought, well, if it goes up really fast, maybe it goes up a little bit more, and then of course it went all the way back down, and I made a really, really tiny profit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I made all the mistakes you can make. I lost some keys of my wallet. I deleted some apps. My
Oh,
phone got
wow.
broken, and there was some really great NFTs on there, and it couldn't get made, or they had to
Oh, no.
erase the hard drive or the chips inside of it. So yeah, I lost a lot of crypto NFTs. Met all kinds of crazy stuff. But that's yeah, it was a
That's learning.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no problem. Yeah, looking back, it was really funny.
Of course, it's not about what you lost, it's what you learned from your mistakes.
Mm.
That's the most
True.
important
Yeah.
thing.
So
Yeah,
true. Because how much would you pay for that education as
Yeah.
well?
Like
yeah, and others.
when you go to university, you pay like $100,000 for like 2 years.
Mm.
True.
So compared to that, it's nothing, and you get real life experience.
That's true. Yeah,
True.
yeah, and it's the people you meet because Nick
Yeah.
and I,
Relationships.
yeah,
Yeah.
we embarked on this journey, and well, Nick is doing the most work for the last, I think, 1.5, 2 years. But
Mhm.
before that, we built Bitcoin Live together, and we had all crazy shows together with all kinds of people from all around the world. And that
Mhm.
is, yeah, you cannot put it in numbers. That was such an amazing journey together, but
Mm.
also meeting so many interesting and funny and knowledgeable people in the space, and everybody from CEOs to people who just started being a creator or NFT creator wanted to talk to you. So that was yeah,
Yeah.
that was really valuable and still is.
Yeah, you can't really put a price on that because
No.
that's like learning firsthand. And even mistakes that you make, as painful as they are at the time, like you won't repeat that because you will be so much more knowledgeable because of that. And no course will teach you that, really.
True.
Actually, speaking of education, you have an interesting education. Jan, you have a master's in philosophy. That's a job getter. With a minor in cultural anthropology.
No, that's my brother. That's my brother.
Oh, I thought this was you.
No. That's Nick.
I have to rib Nick about it.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
okay.
but
You
it's no
guys have
problem.
crazy
I've-
education.
I've got a very more interesting
Tell
education.
us. Tell
Well,
us.
I was a good quick learner, but I was
Mhm.
really bad at staying in the classroom. So if something didn't interest me, or I thought the teacher couldn't educate me, then I was really was a nice guy, but I just left my bag in the room and then went on another journey. So that's how I got to high school.
Yes.
And I did graduate and with all good grades. But the headmaster, he held my hand during his final talk to me, and he said, "We are really glad you leave this school. Your father worked here, but you never got into the classrooms, and we always had to talk about you. So we're really glad." And he just kept on going and going and going. So it took about 10 minutes with 600 people watching. I did need that talk, I think, but I didn't learn anything from it at that moment. So I started 2 more educations afterwards, but it was not for me. I couldn't sit in the classroom anymore. So I took the education of life and owned my mistakes, and there were many. And I just worked my ass off, I think, and I became a manager in retail. And I'm
Right.
still
Yeah.
am with next to my crypto journey. So you can come at the place that you like, but you have to work harder if you don't get a formal education.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I have the fluffiest degree of the fluffy degrees, which is a fine arts degree.
Well, I think it's really nice because you can do what you want to a certain degree.
Without a job, sure.
Okay, that's difficult. That's difficult. But then also you have to make your own mistakes and learn from them, and
Yeah,
you have to
absolutely.
really be self-sufficient. So in that way, I think it's a very great way to develop yourself.
Yeah, I honestly feel, and Sid, I'll be interested to hear your perspective on this as well. So I was pushed to do university straight out of high school. That's sort of like if you're going to have a tertiary education here, you were pushed to do it then. And in retrospect, I had no fucking idea what I was doing. So I think it was like the worst of decisions, which is how I ended up with this degree that is essentially useless. And I think now, like, I would have educated myself. If I had the brain I have today, it would not be obviously on that. I would have been a lot more diplomatic about what would get me a job. But yeah, it just, when you're so young, you have no idea what you want to do with your
Right.
life. So you sort of get coerced into doing something, and you have a bill afterwards that is really expensive. I don't know about where you are in Holland, Jan, but here it's
expensive.
really expensive. Yeah. So, Sid, are you using your degree at the moment?
I used it already, so
Yeah.
not anymore.
It's all used
Good job.
up.
I think the price I paid for that, I literally recovered way more than
Yeah,
that.
right.
Because
Okay, so it was useful.
my degree was not that useless because it was like
Yes.
in tech, right? I have master's in
Okay.
software
Yes.
engineering. So after getting my master's in 2 years, it was all paid off and I was so happy. Now I'm not even in that field. And if anybody show me a code, I can hardly read it.
Yes.
I'm in a total different field now. I'm a photographer by profession.
Oh wow.
Which like it's my professional job and I'm making I think way more than which I should be as a photographer.
Yeah.
Well, I'm lucky for that. But the thing is, it's not useful. But at that time, I think it was a good decision. It helped me to move forward in life because I born in Pakistan and because of my degree, I went to England. Because my degree in England, I got invited to come to work in Canada and become a Canadian citizen somehow. So that's why I'm saying it was very useful, but it's not like something which I want to stay in there forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not in like an obvious trajectory either. It's not like A plus B equals C.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I-
Okay.
One thing I hated, because college life was really good. Like my university life, it was so amazing, so much fun. Right after graduating, when I started my journey in a cubicle, it was killing me inside. Like,
Yeah.
I did all this for this shit.
Yeah, understand.
Yeah, and that's when I decided, like, no, I need to get out. So I started photography as a hobby, which in the end became my
In
profession.
your job. Yeah. It's amazing.
I find it difficult. I have 4 sons, and what I see in school happening in I don't know how you call it before college in your where you're from, but they especially learn how to listen to people, give them orders, and I always teach them it's you have to be respectful to other people and treat people like you want to be treated. That's a golden rule, but you can ask questions. So don't just accept what I say or the teacher says or the book says, but think for yourself. Please
Question
think for
everything.
yourself.
Yeah.
'Cause that from all the years of experience in life, I think that got me the most reward, and it also lets you make lots and lots and lots of mistakes. But if you don't see them as mistakes, but as learning way of learning, and try to better yourself, then I think that's what got me most in life, and what got me the most rewards, and way how do you say it, a road to some place, next place, whatever it is, with friends or family or in business. Yeah.
So are you raising defiant children? Do they defy you?
Yeah, for sure. I made 4 copies of myself, so I understand now what my parents had to go through, because I had 2 brothers, 2 little brothers, and 1 sister, and I was
Yeah.
the defiant one, always always trying to get my way, or ask my father 10,000 questions why, or my mother, or I would get punished, but do what I wanted to do anyways, and then accepted the punishment, and I understood why they did that, but. And it was not very bad punishment, but it happened sometimes. But I rather have my kids defying me or trying to than if they just follow what I say.
Yeah, right. Yeah, interesting. I was raised by immigrant parents. Like I wasn't even born in this country, but they were very, very strict. Like my mother is South African, so it's like usually a real household regime of rules and courteousness. So I definitely in high school I started doing things. I didn't even think it was rebelling. Like when you said like you were just not attending school, I so understand that, because I hated math and I didn't see the point. So I would take my bag and I would excuse myself. I would say I'm going to the bathroom, and I would take a friend and we just wouldn't attend.
Yeah.
And I started also like the uniform. We had a school uniform and it was black school shoes, and I would just wear purple Doc Martens and I didn't
Wow.
care.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like I was rebelling actively. It's just sort of like, this is who I am. So I wouldn't even say I was like a extrovert or a rebellious kid. I just decided to express who I was and do what felt comfortable. And obviously that didn't agree with everyone.
No.
And I love photography. So we had a black and white photography room where you could basically do film.
Wow.
And my friend and I enjoyed it so much, we decided we wanted to do it out of school hours. So we got a key cut to the room illegally. And we would take us there on the weekends, and we would do dark room. We would like expose film and stuff. But I never thought of it like, it's not like we were out smoking crack or anything. We were just doing what felt right.
Yeah.
And obviously immigrant parents aren't going to understand that.
Yeah, but maybe now they do, because
Yeah,
I think you came out all right. So yeah,
I did okay at the end of the day. I've still got all my limbs.
And I think it's very important by raising kids that they feel that whatever they are or want to
Yeah.
achieve, I'm supportive of that, only if it doesn't hurt other people
Yes.
or themselves too much. But
Mhm.
they fall and they try something else or they fall again. And I always tell them to pick yourself up. Sometimes I comfort them, but most of the time I just pick them up and say, "Come on, let's go. Think what you want to achieve and go."
Mm.
And
Yeah.
I love to see those developments in my kids, and then I'm really proud. Even if they're sometimes really annoying, most
Well,
of the
they're
time I
not.
really love them. Yeah,
So they outnumber you.
yeah, they are physically trying to win. Also, 'cause
Yeah.
they're all in different sports, but they also do judo. And have been for years. So my eldest is 14, and he's almost as
Mhm.
large as Nick now. And then 12, 10, and 8.
Yeah, okay.
And they jump on me with the four of them and try to help keep me down on the floor, but they haven't succeeded yet.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, Sid, I'm sure you have a similar experience. Like your parents are also not from Canada.
Oh, it's super strict.
So strict. So many
So
rules, right?
strict. Well, to be honest, it was like I didn't even have the choice to think of doing something until I was graduating. The
Mm,
only thing is like they wanted me to go in the electrical engineering, and I
yes.
had no interest in that. So that
Ah,
was like a big fight. Said I'm not going unless I'm going into the computer science. Because back in the day,
Yeah.
that was a thing.
Yeah.
Luckily,
Okay.
thank God I didn't go to electrical engineering because there are no jobs for electrical
Yeah. Yeah.
engineers right now. Yeah. Even back in the day when we were graduating, there were no jobs for electrical engineers.
wow.
Yeah.
Really?
You should
Well,
come.
there are jobs, but they're not good jobs, and you have to
Ah,
do
okay.
like a lot of crazy work, like a skill job. Like not an engineering job. You end up as a
Yes.
technician, and you're
Yeah. You're
working on the
driving
poles.
around
That's
outside.
not what I want to do.
Yeah.
Working on the pole. So yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have a question. Who is elder brother, you or Nick?
I'm 2.5 years older than Nick.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're okay.
Hmm.
Cool.
yeah.
So, what was the thought behind starting Bitcoin Life? How did you come to this idea?
Yeah, well, I think it's a very nice story because Nick and I were talking a lot about Bitcoin and crypto and macroeconomics. Uh, Nick is more the philosopher, as you all know now, but I am the doer. So I want to do stuff. So as much as I like talking to Nick, because we can talk for many hours, after maybe a few months, I thought, Nick, we have to do something because I'm going crazy inside my head. And what can we do? What should be our mission? And then we had a few discussions about that, and we thought, okay, we want to lead the Bitcoin life by learning about Bitcoin, using other cryptos, and NFTs and metaverse, everything that comes with Web3. But we also wanted to share our knowledge and our mistakes with as many people we could reach and learn from as many people as we can talk to. And in that way, I do love learning when it's something that interests me. And my own way of learning, the easiest way is by talking to people who are knowledgeable in any aspect, and then it triggers my interest, and then I go look in books, learn from books, learn from podcasts, learn from anything I can get my hands on, and in that way, by learning myself about crypto and Bitcoin, NFTs, metaverse, I hope other people learn from it as well. And Nick really loved that idea, and he wanted to share a lot of knowledge also in the background from philosophy and also history and economics. So he thought it was a really great idea. And then we started the podcast. And if you see the first episode, they got deleted because we got banned for life from YouTube. At least I'm still am. Um, because we
Naughty, naughty,
describe what
naughty.
CBDCs are, and the Dutch government doesn't like that, so we were deleted. But our first podcasts were hilarious. It was so funny. We sat on a couch with a dark, in a dark room, and the camera was looking up in our noses, and I have a little bit of puffiness around my eyes. So it was just like two really stoned guys, and we didn't smoke. So it was just really bad, no lighting, nothing at all. So and we just talked and talked on camera. So it was hilarious if you look back at those videos.
When
But
was it?
I think in 2017 we started
Okay.
Bitcoin
Oh,
Live.
wow.
Yeah. So
Okay.
this is our second, because we really
It's
mad at
really-
YouTube.
yeah.
So this is our second YouTube channel. We just, I think, started 1.5 years ago,
Yeah.
or a year ago. I don't really remember the exact moment. But yeah, it has been a very long journey. Yeah, and a very fun journey.
Yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
remember your old one, right? Because I think I met Nick
Yeah.
back in the day. And you were supposed to be in there, but you were on a holiday on my first podcast with him.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, but it was back in 2021. I think it
Yeah.
was your old
Mm.
channel.
Yeah.
And that was and then, everything got deleted. My account got deleted as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really maddening and crazy that you just could get erased. I thought we got two or three strikes in 1 minute, and then just I saw an email pop up in my phone, and my email or my YouTube channel got banned for life. So yeah, I was really, really angry at first. So I didn't want to have anything to do with YouTube anymore. But the difficult part is you miss out on a lot of meeting a lot of people, but also people seeing you. So or have the chance to see you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the best thing to do now is to have your podcast everywhere. So just in case
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
blocks you, you have it at other places.
Absolutely.
True. Yeah. And we record everything.
Yeah.
So if we get deleted, we have our shows and our content. Yeah. It's not from
absolutely.
YouTube only anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. I'm interested when you talk about your personality type. What star sign are you, Jan?
That's also a difficult story because I'm from 21st of May. So sometimes I'm a Gemini, sometimes I'm Taurus. So it depends on how I feel. Yeah.
Jan, I'm going to ask you something really important. Come with us to the dark side. We are both Geminis.
That's why we call ourselves twins, by the way.
There's no better sign.
Yeah, I think so. I'm happy with myself, and I always want to learn, but I really like people, meeting people. I think the Geminis I met, they're not that many I met, but I meet a lot of other star signs. But Geminis are also always a little bit crazy, maybe, but also very outgoing and intuitive. Maybe that's a good word.
Definitely us,
Yeah.
Sid.
Yeah, I agree. I'll take any praise you give me. So
yeah, we like being talked about. Sid and I are actually born on the same day as well.
Oh wow! Which
It's
date
still
is that?
coincidence. It's the 29th of May.
Oh wow! Oh two! Oh wow! Yeah, that's really close as well.
we were not even believing each other that I have to show her my ID card.
Because we also troll a lot. We enjoy trolling. So when we disclosed our birthday, we both needed proof.
Wow. Yeah. No, and then the Chinese, how do you say it, is also crazy because I'm a fire dragon. And this coming 2024 will be the year of the dragon. So I'm really excited about what's going to change next year. Do you have a Chinese zodiac that you know?
I know what mine is. Mine's not cute. I'm the pig.
And you, Sid?
I think I'm the tiger.
You both have cute signs. Why do I get to be the pig?
Yeah.
Well, at least you're not a rat. It's better than a rat.
Do you think though? I mean, they always say pigs are prosperity, but I don't know.
No, pigs are not prosperity because it was 2020, right? Pig, the year of the pig.
Was it the pig? Year of the pig?
Yeah, and destroyed the whole. I think it was 2020 or 2021.
Oh yeah, but it brought me a lot of gains.
No, it destroyed everything because I remember me and some of my friends were cursing the peg. The year of the peg had destroyed our life.
Well, for me, the year of the pig was really good because I saw Bitcoin going to, I think, $3,600,
Yeah.
and I had some money at the side, and I said to my wife, she doesn't like Bitcoin, crypto, anything. Let's get some savings into Bitcoin. It was the first time I asked some money from us together. And she said, well, you're crazy about that crypto stuff, and I don't believe in it and anything, but you're really serious about it. I said, well, we don't have to put in that much money, but a little bit. So we did, I think at $4,000, and everyone around me said, you're crazy, it's going to zero, you're going to get broke, and all that kinds of stuff. But I did, and I'm still very happy I did. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I have another question. It's an unrelated question. What is your favorite sandwich?
Yeah, I thought a little bit about that. What's my favorite sandwich? Do you know the nice Parisiennes, and then the brown ones? And then on top of that, I always use real grass-fed butter. So a lot of butter on top of that. Then some juicy, fresh caught salmon.
Fresh caught. He's popped into the backyard.
Almost fresh then. But, not from a basin. It has to swim in the ocean.
Yes.
And then on top of that, some capers.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I'm happy. Yeah.
Are you
That's
toasting
it.
that sandwich, or is that the sandwich fresh?
Yeah, it has to be fresh baked. So a tasty, crusty crunch. Yeah.
The bread needs to be fresh.
Yeah.
And are you putting a mayonnaise on that?
No.
The butter is the
butter.
star
lots
of the
butter.
occasion.
Yeah.
This is a very European sandwich.
No hot sauce?
No, but I do like hot stuff. My fridge is always filled with different peppers. But on this sandwich, no.
Okay. I would do the sandwich. I would probably put some horseradish on it as well. I do like the use of capers, so that's very good. Sid, what would you say is your sandwich of choice?
It's just random. I get
You better
turkey
not drop
sandwich.
ground beef in there.
No, not on the sandwich. On the sandwich, I like turkey. Turkey sandwich. Yeah, but I don't make it. Like, I go to a store, they have like a cool sandwich. They have like turkey bacons, and then they have like a turkey roast. It was so
Yes. Do you like a cranberry on that sandwich?
good. Yes, it has like cranberry. Cranberry is like mandatory with turkey, right? It's
Turkey.
like,
I agree. I would agree with that rule. What about brie or like a camembert, a cheese?
what is that?
It's like the
sweet.
soft cheese.
Yeah.
You know, the cheese with the mold on the
I
outside.
know. I don't know the names of the cheese, but I know there is some cheese in there because I don't make it. Somebody else make it. I just pay money.
He just
There's
enjoys it.
everything in there. Some lettuce and stuff too.
Oh, Sid. You're always so funny with food. So Sid's signature dish is ground beef.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love beef.
He's like a ground beef freak. With the end of the world happening, all Sid is thinking about is the lack of ground beef.
I understand. Yeah.
He spices
Sloppy
it.
joes. I love sloppy joes too in the sandwich.
Maybe that's your sandwich of choice.
Yeah, that's also I
Sloppy
really
joes.
love. Yeah. It's like
That's a worse sandwich.
ground beef in the bun. That's it.
It's
really
the
love to
ugliest
eat.
sandwich.
It's really hard to eat sloppy joes, by the way.
Oh, you should do it on camera.
Oh, good viewing.
Yeah, you could do a whole show about it. Sloppy Joe.
Oh, that's so good. Okay, so what are your predictions for 2024, Jen?
Okay, I think 2024 will be a really, really crazy year because the economy is, I think it's broken. But if you position yourself in the right way, so this is not financial advice, of course, but it's just my opinion. But I would diversify, especially into the ISO 2022 cryptos, like, for example, XRP, XLM, HBAR, EWT, and of course Bitcoin. If you hold those coins, and maybe on the other side you hold some gold or silver, I think you can do really well. I think they will turn on the money presses again and lower interest rates. And that would be really nice for people who are in crypto. It would be really, really bad for a lot of people who just save and put money in the saving account, especially older people who don't know anything about Web3. It will be a really hard time. So for me personally, it could be a great year, but I am a little bit worried for a lot of people around the world who are not yet into Web3 and Bitcoin or crypto. Yeah.
Which is a majority. Like, let's
Yeah.
face facts.
Yeah, I think
like,
it's 97, 98% people. Yeah. So
And then I think dollar gonna crash, and everybody will flock to Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin you'll see at 500,000 or something.
yeah, I think it will be a little bit different. I think the way we look at the dollar, that will crash, but I think America will want to stay on top. So I think they will use cryptos like, for example, XRP and Bitcoin, and maybe make a digital dollar. And maybe they are already finished and just waiting for the moment, maybe end of Q1, and then make it mandatory for American citizens at least. But yeah, I think they have a plan up their sleeve. Yeah, they won't want to get the world out of the US dollar.
Yeah, because like it's not sustainable anyway. It's gonna crash. So, but when it crash at that time for like few days, the Bitcoin will be really up. Yeah.
True.
But then it will be normalized. But
Yeah.
until it get normalized, it will be amazing. Sell it right away.
True. Yeah,
But don't get the stable coins, because if dollar is crashing, stable coins will be crashing. So
true.
it'll be a very strategic move people have to make. Just need to figure it out how to go and where to go.
Yeah, and they're running a little bit out of time, and a lot of people are struggling around the world. So that they don't have the time maybe to think about what's happening. So they can't position themselves in a good way. So I'm really feeling a little bit sad, because I even see it with people I know really well, family members, and they still tell me, "Oh, Jan, you're still in crypto, and it's going to zero, and you're gonna lose all your money." They're worried about me, and then I'm really chill and try to explain why I'm still here. But I see a lot of people don't believe it, even now, after maybe knowing about 7 years about crypto and seeing my life progress in a nice way, they still don't trust it. Yeah,
I think
they
people
trust in
just
government.
they read headlines. So this is the thing. The media always puts a spin on things. So I know my I can't even tell you when it was, but my first interest in crypto was when it was all over the media. That's the only reason it came into my knowledge, and it's because there's so much hype because it's at the top. And then people also love the media wants to feed it to people when it's at the absolute bottom. And the funny thing was, I was at my day job, which is in an office and it's very corporate. And I happened to overhear two people that would probably be in their 60s, two men, and they were saying, crypto's dead. All these people have invested in money that doesn't have value. It's all disappeared. But that's just media headlines, because anyone that was in crypto and was tracking crypto knew in 4 years the cycle would mean it would halve. So for people that were involved, obviously it's like it's normal and meaningful, and for people like that, it's like, ha ha, we've proved you wrong. You believed in things that were imaginary and now you failed.
The really crazy thing is, because I know a lot of smart people who I say they're smart or think they're smart, and they say, yeah, but it's not money, it's digital nothing. And I say, okay, but what is your money in your bank account? What is it? And they cannot describe what it is. They don't know. Even if they're really smart, they don't know what the money
Value
in
is
their bank
implied, though. No one knows, because it's like once upon a time we used to trade shells and now we trade a digital currency. Value is implied to everything. It's a social thing. It is not something that it's like time. Time is a social construct. We there is nothing that actually defines hard and fast what time is, what a year is, what a day is. And it's absolutely the same with currency. In fact, it's even more nuanced because we're not watching the sunrise and the sunset. We are literally just trading a value which is
Yeah.
being determined by a group of people. So, yeah, I think it's very interesting. I'm super excited to see what happens with crypto next year. Sid and I have been absolutely frothing on what's happening at the moment. So, yeah. Sid has some good theories.
Yeah, I have, but just want to mention the Cardano did amazing. It doubled in
Yeah.
2 days. So
Yeah.
2 days ago, was seeing it was like 39 cents. I have few Cardanos, so
Nice.
yeah.
Congrats.
And then I woke up and my balance was double. I was like, what happened?
Yeah. That
And
can
then
only
just
happen
a
in crypto.
Cardano crossed 60 cents. I was like,
Wow.
oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. But the funny thing, I don't know if you have the same thing, Sid. When you start in crypto, you get really crazy if it jumps 10, 20, 30, even 50%. And
Yeah.
now if a coin doubles and it doesn't reach my target, I'm just, okay, that's nice, but it doesn't do anything. And that was one of the best things I learned from crypto, because I was pretty relaxed and want to make my own mistakes. But in the beginning of crypto, I got really crazy on all the going up and down and checking coin market cap or coin gecko or whatever. And now I just check sometimes because I like to check what happens, but I never get emotional about going up or going down. And it was so difficult in the beginning, and now it's so easy. And that you can use that in the rest of your life and look at things and not get so emotional about a lot of stuff, the
It's
difficult
true.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I think 2021 and 22 killed my FOMO feelings, where
Yeah.
I was FOMOing into everything. Like, oh, this shit coin is rising. I need to get, and then lost money in that
Yeah.
because they were rug pulls. That now I have the same feeling. It went double, but I did not do anything because this is not my target. I am
Yeah.
gonna wait and these coins gonna touch at least $10, which I think can, like
Uh,
XRP and Cardano.
There's one more sentence I heard from, I think, I don't know, it was someone from the Ripple army, I think, but so shout out to them. But someone said crypto is not going to be replacing currency. Crypto is going to replace banking.
Yeah.
And people don't understand it. But in my opinion, bankers are the biggest frauds in history, even bigger than the schooling system and
I
government.
agree.
Of some governments. But I think that sentence, that is why you need to at least learn about crypto and Bitcoin and self custody, because it will happen. Because like we all said, we don't need a mobile phone, or we don't need the internet. It will. This technology will replace banking in the old-fashioned way. So bankers are scared, and
Yeah,
they are
and
really scared.
technically with this technology, we don't need banks
No,
anyway. Because like the back in the day when you were dealing with cash, you need a safe place to have your money.
yeah,
But then what they are doing, they are lending our money back to us and then charging interest on that. That's the
true.
biggest scam. I just can't.
True. Yeah, we need to let people learn that, and I teach my children. They have crypto since they're, well, the youngest since he was 4, I think, and the oldest from 8 years old, and they know about crypto. They did projects on school. They didn't even ask me questions. They just did projects on Bitcoin or crypto, and they hold crypto, and they think it's the future. My elder said, "Papa," that's the same for dad in Dutch. You just need to hold on for your crypto for maybe 12 or 14 years, and then you'll be a billionaire. I said, "Wow, well, that's a little bit. You're a little bit." And then he did the math, because my guys are not really good in language, but they are in math. And he said that, well, no, I just got the numbers. Just hold it, and don't sell. And I was, wow,
I think that's a good idea.
yeah,
Hold, don't sell, but take some profit
yeah,
along the
true,
way. Yeah,
yeah,
just don't sit on it. And I'm not saying like do weekly trading or daily trading, but
no,
the cycles. So
yeah,
when bull market is at the top, take your profit then.
True.
And then when
Reinvest.
you hit the bottom of the
Reinvest. Yeah.
and when you hit the bottom of the bear market, then buy more.
Yep.
Yeah,
True.
so true. Yeah. It's so true what you're saying, Jen, about the banks as well. I had to pull out a chunk of money, like a substantial chunk of money from a savings account, which I was putting into an asset. And to do that, I couldn't just do it via my online banking. I had to make a phone call to the bank. I had to ask permission, my own money, not
Yeah.
a loan. And she asked me 20 questions about what I was going to do with it. And I just was not up for answering those questions. And she said to me, "Are you aware there are a lot of scams at the moment financially and online?" And I said, "Yes, I am. But it is my money. So if I want to burn it in a bucket, that
Yeah.
is my business. It
True.
is my money." And this is the problem with banks, right? We don't trust them. And then they act this way, like they have a say over what you're spending on. And it's a huge problem.
Yeah, I think that's the most scary part for me for moving forward into the future, and not really for myself, because I think I can say, yeah, do fine without a lot of stuff. But for my children, looking at the future, I hope and I want people to educate themselves and don't accept this system where we get told everything, but we should cooperate and not be dependent on banking or governments in that way. We need to be self-sufficient and be open for your friends, neighbors, people you don't know, and make a great community and a better world, and not being told how to do everything and everything that should be mandatory. I don't trust that.
That's a
So we
nice
should
sentence.
trust ourselves. Yeah.
We should always shake the cage. We should always ask the question. I
Yeah.
agree completely. I think that's kind of a nice note to end on.
Okay. I really enjoyed talking
Thanks
to
so
you.
much. Yeah, thanks, Jan. We appreciated having you on tonight. That was awesome.
All right. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you very much, Sid. Thank you, Coco.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Now what?
Sid.
Thank you.